heard that you missed your connecting flight.
All right, we made it to Bar Harbor, Maine. We had a pretty long, rainy, dark drive last night, but we finally made it, and it smells so good outside. We just walked out for the first time. We kind of slept in a little bit to make sure that we could fully recuperate for all the hiking we're about to do. Yeah, it smells incredible outside. I can't wait to go be in nature. We are going to go find a little spot to grab coffee and get shoes because Daniel forgot his hiking boots, which he was really excited to wear, and he now no longer has. So we are going to do our best, and we'll take you along with us.
Dollar refills right there.
Hiking shoe reveal. We were successful after getting coffee. And these are my hiking shoes. The Salomon GT Pathway. They're iridescent. They're so sparkly. Okay, we made it to Acadia. We got our official map. It's actually huge. Pretty sick, actually. Can you see us? Yeah, it's gonna be my green screen, except it's real life. So we're staying at this place called Bar Harbor Manor, and there's a lady there at the front desk that was really helpful and gave us a whole bunch of hikes to do and mapped it out for us. So she told us all the places that we have to go. We are at Sand Beach right now, and we're about to do a little loop, including the beehive, which is the thing to see here. Then we're gonna drive around the park and do another loop-de-loop. It's really nice out. It was supposed to rain this whole weekend, and now it's actually sunny. So I'm really excited.
Yeah, so we're not worried about falling now.
Yeah, we're not worried about falling off the mountain. So that's good. But apparently this is a baby mountain, so we'll be fine anyway. We're gonna put the new hiking boots to test. Here we go. At this point, we were so happy we did the beehive, we didn't realize that we still had about 4 hours of hiking to go, which, to be fair, we did it to ourselves. Surprisingly, the beehive was actually our hardest hike of the trip, and it didn't even feel that hard, even though I was scared going up about half of it. The fact that there were no crowds or lines after the rain yesterday made it a lot easier to tackle. We are on our about 2.5 of our hike. We've summited 2 mountains and done a few trails, and now we're gonna do some of the more, I guess, scenic things that are closer to the water. But this is the view that we're looking at right now, which is pretty fire. Like, that's pretty sweet. I will say, ranking of the trails so far, we did the beehive. It was really fun going up the side. You basically are scaling like a sheer cliff face. There's iron rungs. I was a little scared going into it because I was hearing a lot of stuff that made it sound really scary, but it wasn't as bad as it seems. I was a little nervous, but it's basically like climbing a ladder, and if you can find a way to, like, there's always a spot to put your hand for it to be easy to hoist yourself up. So you just need to do it. Maybe on the way up, don't look down if you're scared of heights. But otherwise, it's pretty manageable. The views from the top are great. Basically the same views from this mountain. was a lot less treacherous to get up here. But it was a good workout, and we're about to see some more. Sand Beach was great, but we're from Long Island, so we have a lot of beaches up there. This is really cool. The Maine coast is awesome. Daniel was saying that these mountains are pretty old because of the flat top, and they're not super high. And then we were hating on the Himalayas until we go. Yeah.
I'd look backwards at least.
And we are back on solid ground. We did a long hike around Jordan Pond. Took us about 2.5 hours. And then we drove up to Cadillac Mountain, got a little bit wind lashed up there. Still looking a little wind lashed. I think it's really cool. I just read 11/22/63 by Stephen King. And a lot of the towns and small references that he makes in the book, I've seen here. Like, we ate at a restaurant last night that was on Kennebec Street, which was a major area of where the main character was in the book. So it's kind of cool. And I think he grew up in a house that's not far from here. So it's been really weird seeing some stuff like that. It's like when I read a book about New York City and I know exactly where the main character is. Anyway, we're about to go get some food, get some nourishment, and maybe do a crossword. It's been a little bit chillier today, but in a way that makes it easier, because yesterday we were exhausted and we passed out at 9:30. Actually, before that, because we were probably already sleeping for an hour by the time it was 9:30. But today I feel a little bit better. We got used to it.
She had another quality, the way you used to love.
Lobster review time. Super windy at Cape Elizabeth. Daniel doesn't really like lobster.
It's not terrible. It's just that the butter like covers it all up. So it's like.
So we got a Connecticut, which comes with butter, hot butter, but it's still cold. And then the Maine, which has, I think, mayo and chives on it or something. So you need to try this one too. And the bread looks good, which I'm about to eat.
I'd prefer that one.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Yeah. So that's like the traditional Maine one, right?
Yeah. But I don't know, maybe we're not really lobster lovers, because this is supposed to be the best lobster roll in all of Maine, all of the nation. And even still, it's good, it's fresh. I'm impressed for it being lobster coming out of like a food truck. It'll be our fishy snack on the way home. Hello everyone, we just got back from Maine. It was such an amazing trip. It's kind of already created a desire in me to go to any other national park in the country. So I've kind of created this 5-year plan already of where I want to go in the future. Got super into hiking, wasn't expecting that. So I think only good things in the future, but Maine was definitely very special. We got really lucky with kind of no crowds being there at all. I think we picked the season perfectly. Yes, it would have been nice to have some leaves on the trees, but I think we really enjoyed what we got, and it created this whole enthusiasm for me to see all these other national parks. So now I've kind of gone down a rabbit hole of hiking and mountaineering, and now I know everything about Mount Everest, and it's just kind of crazy. Not that I want to hike Mount Everest, but I'm interested to learn about it. So we didn't do too many hikes, but I think it would be cool to kind of do a tier ranking of which hikes I liked, so I can kind of drop that here. I do think if we had better weather on the second day, we maybe would have been a little bit more ambitious, but we got to see what we wanted to see, and I'm grateful for that. If I knew that I was gonna get into hiking more, I maybe would have done another bigger mountain, but there's something to look forward to for next time. So there's that. And I also thought it would be fun to do a little souvenir haul because I always like to get something to make me remember the trip in a more tangible form. So first things first, I think you can already tell I'm wearing my Maine sweatshirt, which is great. I think it came in really handy on our second and third days because it got pretty cold after. So I was really layering up. And I think it's super cute too. Isaac's trying to say hi. But yeah, the next few things we got, you probably saw some of the stores that we went into, but the first one was from this woodworking shop. I got this little giraffe wine cork. I actually don't have any of these, which is surprising to me. So I thought this one was so cool. I don't know, I really loved it for some reason. I saw it when we first walked in and we walked around the rest of the store. I picked it up when we first walked in and walked around the rest of the store. And the owner was kind of looking at me funny, like he knew I was gonna get this one. And I did. So that's the second little thing. Then something that we always like to collect whenever we go places are a little print and a magnet. So my print for this time is this little lighthouse. This is the Cape Elizabeth lighthouse, I believe, which we actually went to Cape Elizabeth on our way down to Portland, but we didn't see this lighthouse. I think this is a legacy lighthouse or something. Maybe it exists, but I thought it was so cute and I love green. You guys will get to know that I really love the color green. So this is a little print from this trip. And staying on the green theme, we also got a little magnet, which is my little Bar Harbor magnet. I think it's so cute. Again, with lighthouse, different lighthouse than that one, but I think it's awesome and it fits perfectly with all my magnets on my fridge. And then I always have to stop into a bookstore whenever we go on a trip, even if it's in a different language. Luckily, Maine speaks English. So I got this book, The Queen of the Tierling. I have been wanting to read this for a long time. I think by now it's probably kind of a dated fantasy novel, but that's kind of what I like to read when I just don't want to think and I want to flip through like plot. I'm excited to read this still. I think this is a pretty cool cover. I've seen other covers before that are black, but I try not to buy black books anymore because I don't like how they look on my shelves. Yeah, adding this to my physical TBR, I'm excited to read it. And then one last thing we got that I was not expecting to get were these Acadia cards. We really wanted to play cards, and by we, I mean me. I really wanted to play cards when we were at the brewery, so we picked these up. I normally carry cards around with me, but I didn't this time, and it was a good excuse to buy some cards, even though they totally upsold me. But that's okay. We'll support the local businesses. So that kind of wraps up our trip. I'm sad it's over, but I'm really excited that it kind of invigorated this enjoyment of national parks for me. So I'm only looking forward to the future and seeing what other trips we decide to go on. Last but not least, thanks for watching. This is one of my first few videos on here, so still testing the waters, but I'm excited to have something to memorialize my trips and my life here in New York City and to be able to have kind of a living record of what I get up to. So thanks for following along, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Bye.